Hello all and welcome to another edition of Hibernation Heroes. This is where we try and get through another Saturday night lockdown, and joining us is the man on screen, the great Craig Coleman. Tugger, thanks so much for joining us. Firstly, how are you coping with no footy?
Oh, very, very tough, mate. It's very tough in the Coleman household. We love our footy, and we do our exercise in the mornings, mate, and then we just come home and do a bit more exercise in the afternoon. That's about it, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, let's have a look at your career briefly before we get started. And 1982 to 1996, you played 268 first-grade games, 208 for South, 44 for the Gold Coast, 16 for West. That's where you finished up. You played plenty more in England as well. You would have come up against a lot of good players in your time. I just want to go through the top 5 halfbacks that you played against in your era. You're going to have to leave out some good ones, Tugger, I'm afraid. So let's kick it off with number 5.
Number 5, Kevin Hastings, and what a fantastic competitor he was. He had a fantastic kicking game. He was as tough as old boots. He played. Halfback carried the Roosters for all them times. Back in them days, they used to buy every player who became available, and but every week Horry would play. He'd play injured. He'd train injured, and we all have bad games every now and then. I can never ever remember Kevin Hastings playing bad. Number 4, Alan Langer, Alfie, and what a character he was, and he played in them great Broncos teams of the late 80s and 90s, and Alf on his day he could beat you single-handedly. He had a fantastic short kicking game. He was, when he had the ball in hand, it was the red lights come on, and you had to team up with Alf because he's that little step of his, that little kick in behind the line, and then in them days he stole the ball. You had to hold on to the ball when he come in the tackle, and he changed the rules.
Okay, who's number 3?
Number 3, Ricky Stewart. He come through in them great Raiders teams, and I played against Ricky in his second game when he come from Union, and I remember we played him at Seaford. We've beaten him, but I remember saying to the boys after the game, "Geez, that kid from Union, he's a tough little bugger. He's going to go all right." And certainly he went all right. He was another one who was a champion. His passing game, he could beat 2 or 3 defenders with one pass. His kicking game, the spiral bombs he put up, he was well before his time, and a fantastic player and a great competitor. They were a fantastic team in the 80s, and they put us out. We should have been in the 89 grand final and knocked us out, yeah.
I didn't want to bring up bad memories, Tugger, but certainly 1989, minor premiers South Sydney, you had such a great chance that you ran into the Raiders in that prelim final.
Yeah, we should have beat Balmain the week before, but we should have been first through. We back in them days, the linesman never had any calls on forward passes. Phil Blake throws a long ball to Harrington. We score. He stands there and calls it forward. I've never forgiven him for it, and I never will.
Okay. It has been a while, but it was a very emotional afternoon, I'm sure. Now, who's coming in number 2?
Number 2, mate, the great Steve Mortimer, mate. A brilliant, and he was chip and chase. He's cover defender, and he was a natural leader. He played in them great teams, the Dogs of Waugh, throughout the 80s, and Steve was just a fantastic player. He'd win games single-handedly with his chip and chase. He could run 100 yards, and he could chase you down 100 yards and put you into touch.
Absolutely. All right, that brings us to number 1. It was a tough field. Who came first?
Peter Sterling. Yeah, I thought Sterling was the complete package. Probably the best player I've seen. Not just at halfback, the best player I've seen. Fantastic player in them great Parramatta teams, and there was nothing he couldn't do. He could score tries, he could stop tries, he'd make 35 tackles, he'd charge down a kick to turn the game. Just little things that he done week in, week out. Even towards the end there when Parramatta didn't have a strong team, he still was the best player every week.
I mean, he wasn't the fastest halfback around, was he? He didn't have an electric sidestep or anything, but what was it? It was his footy now.
He was very, very fast between the ears where he needed to be. His short kicking game, his long kicking game, his bombs.
This was a tough old era for you, Tugger. You've played so many games, but I guess rep footy alluded to because you had such a hot field. You had the 5 you mentioned there, and there was probably 5 or so you could have put in that list.
Oh, mate, there was even like that. You had Gary Freeman, you had Alexander, you had Steve Morris at St George. He's electrifying. Trevor Cogger was another good one at West. The Mark Wakefield at Cronulla. The whole comp was every team had a good halfback.
Why do you think in recent times it hasn't been the same level of number 7s coming through the ranks? Any theories?
Because, mate, at junior league, and now this where they stay on left and right side of the field, they don't really play a halfbacks game. And I just think the playmakers, the match winners, they're lost to the game, I believe. And I sit down watching sometimes, and I can see down the short side that there's 4 against 2, and I can see out of home, get down there. I say out of Reynolds, get down there, get around there, and they're not allowed to get there, so they don't go there. And I don't get it, because I just think you got to play what you see. And all them champions I mentioned, they wouldn't cop it. They'd play their way,
Did you have a player as you came through as a young bloke who you really looked up to as a halfback?
Oh, mate, there was only one bloke who I wanted to be, and that was Tom Rodriguez. And I used to love, as a kid, waking up at 3 in the morning when Australia were playing England over in England, and just watch him, not just bash the halfbacks up, anyone to come in his way, like front rowers. And Tommy was just the ultimate competitor. And I remember I used to walk in the schoolyard at school thinking I was Tommy. He used to carry his limp wrist when he's walking on the football field, and I used to always, any halfback who was dead set fair dinkum, if you didn't want to be Tommy, you didn't want to be a halfback. And I just loved him, and he had that special ability that players like Tommy, to make average players pick themselves off the ground and play better. Blokes like him come along once in a generation. And I finished up playing against Tommy a few times, and I played against him in Henson Park in 2nd grade. Yeah, when I was 18-year-old kid. And
what was that like?
It was a bit nerve-wracking. But he was in 2nd grade, and I remember to this day, Johnny Peake was our captain, and they went in and tossed the coin at Henson Park, and Peaky comes back in, he goes, "Where's Tugger?" I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "Oh, Tommy's not real happy." I said, "Oh, why? What's happened?" He said, "Well, I tossed the coin. Tommy told the referee and linesman, he don't care which way they run, they're kicking off to us, you know what?" And slammed the door in the referee's face. And I said, "Well, Peaky, what's he look like?" He said, "Oh, he looks very angry." And I said, "Yeah, what's he looking like, Tommy?" He said, "Well, he's got a beard on, he's got Vaseline all over his face, and the last thing I seen was he smashed the door in my face too." Did
he get hold of you?
Pardon?
Did he get hold of you in the game?
He was good to me, Tommy. So he must have knew I wanted to be like him. I think, mate, he's just an icon. And I had my last year at Westside that pleasure of playing under him. And mate, he's just a special man.
Well, Tugger, you weren't too bad yourself. 268 first grade games. I think I got that right. 208 for South. So you must be happy looking back at what you achieved.
Oh, mate, yeah, fantastic. I just wish I could do it all again. But we get old, and as I said, I just got to thank South Sydney who gave me my chance as a 17-year-old boy, and I loved every minute of it, and I'm happy to be here talking to you about it, Adam.
Yeah, and it's been great chatting to you, Tugger, but we better let you go. Really appreciate you giving us a bit of your time on this Saturday night, and we'll see you around a little later. No
worries. I don't have any time, mate. Thanks.
All right. There he is, Craig Coleman. Thank you for watching Hibernation Heroes at home. Stay safe. See you next time.